Is it started? I don't know where to talk about today, Tim. Like, I'm just in here fixing up the mic.
Yep.
And I think, we've already done all our talking for the week outside.
Yep.
So
we got off at Redfern.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? Because I didn't know what that meant.
Got off at Redfern?
Yeah.
Does that mean like you scored in Redfern? No.
No. Oh, it's close.
You glory hold in Redfern?
It's you're circling the hole. It means
something like, because if you say it, getting off means you're getting off, like you're masturbating, you've come or something like that. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Now you're very close. I mean, I did not know this. I wish I did know this, but Astrid had to explain it to me. It means premature ejaculation.
Stop playing with the mic, Mel, and be a professional for fuck's sake.
It's the station before Central.
I didn't know that.
Come too early. Yeah.
That she made that up.
No, she reckons it was a thing.
Like a thing, like a
thing people would say.
I've never heard it before.
I've never heard it.
Okay,
good.
So getting off your Redfern.
So Astrid's wrong.
But I like it.
Right.
I like it.
Great.
Yeah. I don't think
she should just claim it.
Yeah. I don't think we can bring it in to normal vocab. It's very niche.
Yeah, it's
because
Sydney
specific. Well, kind of Redfern is kind of like a city that we all know. Like if you're in Melbourne, you know Redfern. So it's kind of like got a
true. I reckon it's better to get off at Redfern.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah. Not now. It used to be. Used to be. Now it feels like there's just too many university students. Like there always have been, but they're more beige now.
Yes, but you can also use it for like leaving a party early.
Yeah, getting off at Redfern.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the because I think most men have that. 99% of men
get off at Redfern.
Get off at Redfern.
But aren't boner pills would refute that? That's getting off at Wynyard.
Well, yeah, that's missing your stop, right?
Yeah.
That's like too much. Why did when I was a little kid, why did I like trucks so much for?
Well, I didn't
all the girls that I hung out with loved trucks and dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, that's good. You found your crew.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't have to do. If you like cops, that would be maybe slightly different.
Yeah. I kind of have a fetish.
Yeah, I know you do.
I've got lots of fetishes. Yeah. That's why I can't put it in one category.
You have a fetish for fucking Hugo Boss, which is inexcusable.
I do. Well, no, I've got a fetish for like fascist fashion. Like it was like intriguing, the helmets, the long things. Like I know I'm not supposed to like it. Like I don't like it, but I just have maybe I just like that dominant subculture. Like
there's the BDSM, and it also kind of.
But I'm not into that. Like I don't want to be spanked or anything.
No,
like,
I know, but it's an aesthetic.
It's like you got to like put on a rubber suit. Like it takes a lot of time. I just want that.
By the time you got it on, you're like, fuck.
I can't even bother going to the chemist to buy a fucking pill to keep an erection longer. Like what the fuck? I'm going to put a rubber suit on. Like I love looking at it. Like I'll look at it from my TV.
Yeah.
Like wow, that looks fucking cool. I love. Please don't stop doing that for my viewing pleasure. But that's got a fucking fascist aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
Like that Vivienne Westwood fucking sex gimp thing. It's like it's not like a passive thing.
No.
Anyway,
but that's okay. I think anyway, it is an aesthetic.
I did have a point.
I want to call you out on it. What's your point?
I forgot what it was. Oh. Yeah. Did I text you about, hey, remind me to talk to you about something?
No.
Oh, didn't I? Didn't I send it?
You did. It's something about a tradie. And you feeling uncomfortable? No.
Yeah, I can't remember what I texted you.
Shit, what?
But did that trigger today's slide?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
no, okay.
No, it did not. It did not. Well, are you going to give us a fucking story? Because
wasn't that a story?
That's not a story. That's just an observation.
That's just going to be completely cut all that out because it's just like fucking. Well, what give me a story?
What was the story that you texted me about?
I forgot. Well, about smelling. I smelt.
Yeah, you said you smelt, but it was. I thought there was a tradie involved.
There was a tradie. I have to text you right now to find out.
I feel like
well,
now
I don't
I'm
know.
looking at this. We text each other far too much.
Oh yeah, we do. Far out. Like we text each other like about nothing.
Here we go. Tim, I have to tell you the tradie story and the way I smelt.
Oh, can't even remember that story anymore. Doesn't really matter.
All right, well,
Yeah.
great story. Thanks, Mel.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think I smelt like a tradie. That's what it was.
Oh, so it didn't involve a tradie.
No. Oh, no, it must involve a tradie. But do you know how tradies smell? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's almost like
Yeah.
there's like, if you're in the train or walk past them on Enmore Road, or like, you know, you just like, there's a tradie that just is next to you. Do you know what I mean? And you just go, "Fuck."
Yeah.
It's
Not
like
always.
it's like a combination. It's like when your t-shirt, you're wearing a t-shirt that's not completely dry because it's raining.
Yeah.
There's like a there's a funk, right? It's like and mix that funk with like fucking sweat,
Urea,
like you know, your endorphins. Oh man, it's just. Oh.
Don't you get that? I get that sometimes after a big day teaching, though. I get that funk.
Yeah, but that's a different type of funk, right? Because you're teaching, or what are you doing? Pushing a pen, like fucking hell. Like these guys are like out there, like in the rain amongst other men. You're not even amongst other men.
Yeah.
Right? You're amongst the completely opposite and the most diverse place you could be.
Yeah.
Right? That funk
It's
generates a
funk.
different.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a group of men amplifying their funk through the world.
That's right.
My
And
funk is just mixing with very different funk.
Funky funk.
That's right. And then if you left that funk
Funk.
and then went off by yourself, which you passed these tradies right off, and like, you know, like it's mixed with smoke.
Yeah. I do know what
Monster
you mean.
drinks, like what's in the diet of a trade? Meat pies. Do you know what I mean?
You're really leaning into a stereotype here.
Mel does not represent the views of DB10. DB10 distances itself from anything he has to say.
No, and what gets me, right? Like, I'm just going to say this. What gets me is like, I watched an episode of Math. Well, not one episode, like a season. Math, Married at First Sight.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen it.
Ah, good. Yeah, like
I could get the premise from the fucking title, but yeah.
I was not forced to watch this, by the way. I was like, there was no forcing to watch it, but I was lured into watching one of them, right? And I think it's with like that lady that's in that now, Abby. Like she's like big on social media, Abby something. You're not on social media. All right, she was on that show. She's cool. She's got a cool, like feminist, strong vibe about her.
You're trying to defend watching maths, yeah?
No, but she is cool. That young normative demographic will look up to her and go, "Wow, you're a little bit, you're a little bit bent.
Different. Yeah,
it's all right to be bent.
Yeah,
coming from a normal background." So watching that, there was a slogan on that show which was "Tradies get the ladies," and it stuck. Tradies get the ladies just stuck in my head.
Tradies get the ladies.
So what I'm trying to say is this funk, man, like really? Like how the fuck do they get the ladies? Like they stink.
Mel does not
they're grubby. They're like stick together in groups. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, yesterday, an old tradie, you know the old tradies? Like even older than us.
Yeah.
They're still tradies, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they do because they're not. And he was right. Like, this is a scenario. I'm walking home listening to, listening to Andre 3000's new album, right? The piano one. I forgot I was listening to it. Like, I'm track 5, 6, 7 in, walking up Enmore Road. I've got my bag on, my flower t-shirt, my keffier. And I'm on the footpath, and this guy, and it's really loud, the music, and this guy on his bike, this old tradie, rides his bike towards the footpath close, and all I can see is his mouth like fucking moving, like angrily, right?
Yeah.
And then I took my thing out, and he's swearing at me, right? And then I was like, oh, and he just rode past, and he sticks his finger up at me. And I was like, did not know where that violence came from. I take my fucking earpods off or whatever I'm listening with, and I turn to the guy next to me, who's another tradie, by the way, right? There's another tradie like walking just a meter behind me.
Yeah.
I go, was he talking to you?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, he just doesn't like your keffier, your Palestine Palestine scarf. He was just like going off at you. Oh. Like, fuck, man. Men are fucking violent, aren't they? Like, they're really weird. Like this old, grumpy, toothless 60 fucking year old in a like a Joan Ross coloured fucking fluoro top, right, on his fucking rickety bicycle because he lost his license on a fucking mountain bike that's got bent wheels and shit like that, right, with a ciggy pack like fucking hanging off him. But the young one was cool because the young generation are different, right? You know, they're into this like different kind of Sabrina Carpenter aesthetic, right? And I looked at the young one who's probably in his 20s and I just go, oh, fuck. Like, and he goes, yeah, he's fucking angry, that guy, right? I go, yeah, fuck, you know, like, and I go, are you sure he's talking about my keffier? Because he was carrying a Woolies bag. You know, like the Tradies bag is like a Woolies bag. They put all their eskies and all that shit. Woolies did this thing where they had watermelon pictures on their bags.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, are you sure he wasn't talking about your watermelon? And he got it and laughed. Anyway, that was an In the West thing. There's a story for you.
Thank you.
And that happened yesterday.
Why
that happened yesterday.
Get the ladies.
Yeah. Tradies get the ladies.
Tradies get the ladies.
Let's start.
It does go to public space, which is one of the main things we're going to be talking about today.
Fucking microaggression. Can we?
That's a fucking macroaggression.
That was that's a macro, but then I had a micro, and then I had a loving relationship with this other man.
Yeah. Who was also a tradie.
He was fit. Fit. He probably smelt a little bit, you know. Hey, you can't help it. Like, you're around fucking concrete and plaster all day and just other men. You have to, connect that funk, right? But he had nice calves. I remember looking at that. I knew he was a tradie because he had that.
Oh, the tradie calf, yeah.
Nice calves, boots, right? And just above the boots, there's always like they've stepped in like plaster or something and it's shot up. And there's it's like there's
splash.
a little splash on just around the calf area and the boots, like of whites. I go, he's a tradie. Because on the top bit, didn't look like a tradie. It looked soft and nice. He gets the ladies. I get now why. Do tradies get the guys as well? Like, why is it such a like a...
It doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, okay. Hey, ladies. All right, sorry.
Let's start.
Didn't we start?
No.
Why isn't that starting?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But I have to go through and edit all that.
Yeah, I know. I feel like
you rarely even listen to our podcast, and I have to like listen.
Fucking no. I have been listening because your edit's great. Like the way you make my voice sound, you do something to the tone.
Let's start.
Yeah.
Do you want to turn the light off? Because it's starting to annoy me.
Yeah, I was thinking that during the... Well, it's really dark, but I can do that.
Dark. That's all right. Our eyes will adjust.
Did it make you think about cops and soldiers?
It did make me think about cops and soldiers.
Yeah.
How did you know that's what I'm going to talk about? Well, I guess it's cops and soldiers.
I'm a Piscean, dude. How many times am I...
Yeah, how many times I have to tell you that's all fucking
how
fake?
Many, like... Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell, I can...
But we always talk about cops.
I can tap into your vibe.
Whatever.
Yeah. I do it every time. There's 10 of these. Just go back, listen to them. How much do you want me to prove that I've got telepathy?
Whatever.
Have I seen your slides?
No, you haven't seen. No, of course you haven't seen my slides.
No.
Anyway, what I want to fucking talk about is homosocial relationship, a libidinal desire relationship with each other, which I think is the constitutive form of straight white male desire, straight bleached male desire, is actually about having sex with other men rather than sex with women. Then that got me thinking about this paper I wrote for the journal Sexualities, I think almost 10 years ago now, that was about webcam sex chat. And anyone kind of remembers this, if you're a little bit older, you'd remember Chatroulette.
Yeah, I loved
it. I used to exploded, right?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
I used to do a performative piece on there.
Right, yeah. Lots of people using it for lots of things. But like everyone kind of had an experience of it because it was like, this is kind of fucking weird and we hadn't seen that online before, or like not to that extent. Which is just, like you use your webcam. The webcam becomes ubiquitous. There's also like phones that can do this as well. That it meant that you could, it was a system where you were randomly hooked up to anyone anywhere around the world that had their web camera on. and either of you could next the other person. So the interaction could be ended at any time by either partner. So it was usually a very like fast, quick kind of interaction, which obviously meant that very quickly it led to what Hito Style and others called like the penis problem, which is just like you end up with a like endless like stream of penises.
Yeah.
So that was 2009 that Chatroulette came out. So quite a while ago. So 2015-16, I spent like 3 months in like off and on in these webcam. It was specifically sex webcam, random webcam chat rooms to write a paper because I was thinking about it through the kind of framework of pornography. Yeah, I didn't end up thinking about it through pornography. I think it's something else. And the thing that I think it is that it is actually just and straightforwardly a way for men to have sex with other men, but through the framework of straightness, because you always have the possibility or the excuse that you're waiting for a woman to appear. And Laura Muller, who's just put in her honours paper, has also written about this and has kind of changed my thinking, or at least really helped me thinking about this as well, because she's also spent time in these spaces and came to like say it like more precisely, which is like her experience in that as supposedly the object that the men are waiting for was that more often than not she wasn't the object, she was nexted, right? And so it's sort of like, oh, they are just wanting to fuck each other. Right, that's actually, they're there for each other. They're not there for me. I think it's kind of really an interesting thing to think about the way within which webcam chat allowed men to fuck one another, not in public, right, in private. Because what I'm going to like try and think about historically is that public spaces is almost defined by the space within which men can fuck each other, and domestic space is defined as the space that men can't fuck each other. Even though, of course, that does happen, but, you know, like whatever. And I'm interested in the way within which the webcam itself as a technology, and then the webcam sex chat as a technology, as a random technology, supposedly random technology, is reinforcing something that is really not random. It is what we always have known, which is that straight desire, male desire, is constituted on men having sex with men. And also really important to like separate that from gay men, which gayness as a category that is open and in the world is very different from straight men having sex with other men. Which is the term homosociality, right?
Yeah. It's only because...
Very, very different.
Yeah.
They're politically, socially, violently, incredibly different things and enforce a different logic.
And also, just to make it clear, I feel like, correct me if I'm not being clear with this, but you're also saying people that identify as straight, not even people that are straight, identify as straight, but are gay and experimenting, you know, like they're afraid to come out to the world.
Yeah.
No. This is like, you know, I'm 100%
central to straightness.
Yeah.
Right.
I love how you did your fist like an erection.
No, that's what, exactly right. It affirms that I'm doing the fist because it's affirming their straightness.
Yeah.
It's like, how does sex with other men affirm a certain type of straight man's straightness, as opposed to be abrasive of it, or like experimental outside of it, or a pathway to bi-ness or like queerness or just coming out. Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I'm interested in the violence around it, right? But why it's brought up in the first place? Why is it such a topic? Why do straight men care so much about the queer, the trans body? Why do they care so much about the trans body? Like, fuck, man, it's like, it's people, right?
Yeah.
This is the humanitarian in me, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't even see people as a category in that sense, right? I do because of white straight men. Like, this category exists. This affirmation to not be part of that group, right? I'm like this, like, fucking disguised mother, like I'm ASIO in the white man, like I'm there to fucking, you know, report back. Right?
Yeah.
This is what we're doing, right? We're reporting back. Like we're amongst that
from
world.
The inside, we're reporting out, right?
You know, like,
generally,
hey, tell me what you need to know. We'll let you know.
Well, no, absolutely. I'd ask us.
So why are straight men so gay?
Which is why I went into these webcam chats, right? Because I'm the straight white man going into seeing like, what are these other straight white men doing as a straight white man? And I can report from the inside.
Can we stop calling it white? Let's call it bleach.
Bleach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, because bleach forces it.
Beige.
Well, Bleach is a good one, I reckon. You know why? It's a structure, a belief. You know,
Yeah.
you're born into it. You know, I'm better than everyone else, right? Like, it's this colonial thinking. It's to believe that, right? You must be born into that, right? And it's like a rhetoric that came from the church or wherever.
It's a
right?
bleaching. Yeah.
It's a bleaching.
Yeah.
Right? There was never really a white.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
bleached.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love that.
All right. I bleach. I'll just see if I remember to say
Anyway,
that.
I just thought it'd be nice because, you know, I don't want to offend bleached people out there.
Well, you can unbleach.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You can dye it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You admittedly have done the opposite of that, though, Mel.
I love bleaching my hair. I wanna
It's the only
understand
thing
why.
that's bleached about you.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe that's like the contradiction. So this is Barbara Kruger, 1981. You can
I don't like Barbara Kruger.
I know, but it's just a
Yeah,
totem.
okay.
It's a totem image for this.
Yeah.
All right, I agree.
I do like Barbara Kruger. It's just like as a teacher, I don't like her.
I was going to say that's why I don't like her.
Yeah.
She's still done some cool things. She
Yeah.
has done some cool things.
Yeah.
She was censored by George Bush and
Was she?
Documenta.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of cool.
Which one? Which Bush? It's senior?
The second Bush.
The second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that had a shoe thrown at his face.
Yes. Yes, so her work was in Documenta. No, was it Venice? I think it was the Venice American Pavilion in 2002. And she had an anti-Iraq pavilion.
Ah.
And it was on the outside, on the pillars of the pavilion, she did her like text work, like anti-war text work, right? And Bush like complained about it and ordered that it be, like he couldn't, but said it should be taken down.
Not like our fucking Australian
Not that
government.
our Australian, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't taken
Khaled.
down, but what happened was, and I don't know whether or not this was like from Venice or from the American Pavilion itself, they put massive palm trees in front of the text works, so you couldn't read it. Anyway, Kruger's work, 1981, you construct intricate rituals which allow you to touch the skin of other men, is sort of the overall like arch discussion for today of like how does straightness construct rituals performance to allow this to occur, to touch each other as a constitutive part of straightness that is also has to be completely denied in its just denied that it happens, right? Because it's like heterosexual culture, right?
Yeah.
It is not just that like straight men do fuck each other, and like I went to an all boys school, and like there are lots of mostly like identified, almost entirely identified as straight, and they were fucking each other all the time. But that was like
this is part of the, like Australian culture. Like I'm going to quote Richard Bell here, but scratch an Aussie, right?
yeah,
When you scratch an Aussie, right? For me, that fucking love that title of that work.
Yeah.
The work's alright, but the title is the best title of any other of artwork that's around my culture. Scratch an Aussie. For me, I grew up and I was never privy to this, and I'm so glad of the boys' room at school, like the toilets, where boys like ejaculated on Sayo biscuits.
oh yeah,
You know, the soggy
Yeah.
Sayo.
Yeah.
Or showed each other's penises.
yeah.
Or touched each other's or did they touch them? I don't know. But they were so obsessed at that around that pubescent age, before pubescent age, of each other's cocks, right? And like ejaculation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To share it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
it's homosocial. Like it's like, and it doesn't. It's not just.
But these are like
prepubescent.
these are
It
the
goes
like
all
the
way through.
straightest like these
Yeah.
are the real estate agents
Yeah,
that
today.
are doing this. Like they
And they're
talk
still
about
fucking
it.
each other. They're still fucking each other.
They still talk about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
Soggy Sayo, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
That's
in
what
the
they talk about when
yeah.
they get together, which is
In
one
the
of the reasons
beer.
we're uncomfortable. It's like fucking call it for what it is, guys.
And why are you so violent towards your own identity?
Yeah. Exactly. It's like such an aggressive attitude to the very thing that they did.
Yeah.
And continue to do.
And this is what I like about that Richard Bell work. When he's talking about the process of it, he's trying to understand why he goes, I just want to know, I'm doing this work to understand why people are racist against Aboriginal people. I live in the same society, I'm the same body in the society, but I'm not privy to the joke.
Yeah.
Like I am the joke.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not privy to it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we like I went to, as I said, I went to an all boys school. It wasn't a private school. It is worse at private schools.
Yeah.
But like I was privy to, I saw it. I was privy to those jokes. I'm sure I partook in fucking those jokes. I didn't fucking survive. I was fucking hated every second of it. But like I also survived it. And part of that is being like learning how to make those jokes, right?
why do we have like single sex schools?
Well, hopefully we don't for much longer.
Well, yeah, but still people are like outraged about it.
Yeah, of
like
course
they
they
are. Yeah,
Yeah, but it is that it's the protection of homosociality, right?
Yeah.
Like an all boys school is a public space where you can more freely fuck each other.
And then on the weekend, they're forced to fucking aggressively touch each other, like fucking tackle each other, like roll over and get into the dirt together. But it's not the fact. It's like the Colosseum, like the Romans, right? It's more the audience. There is huge roars that I can hear from like our house. When someone scores or someone's tackled or like they're about to like, ooh, like there's different roars, but there's like this roar. So it goes beyond just the touching. It's the spectacle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's the heterosexual culture, right? So it's actually, I mean, and this is what Berlant want to say, like it's the heterosexual culture surrounds the shielded sex act. In this case, it's not shielded, right? It's on the field of these boys like running into one another, not only like aggressively against someone else, but like they like hug and scrum with each other too, right? Like it's like it's aggressive touching, but the roar in the crowd is affirming that structure, right? And as Berlant want to say, it's affirming that sex act as like the center of heterosexual culture, but all these other things are connected to it and like affirming it and are part of it.
Yeah.
So that's the roar that you're hearing.
Yeah, yeah.
The roar you're hearing is that not them scoring. Well, it is them scoring in that kind of sexual sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anyway,
It's scored.
I feel like there's going to be oof. Sorry.
Whoa, what?
There's just a lot of text on this slide.
Are you going to read that? Or you should read it all, like from sentence to sentence,
All right.
point to point.
Let me do it.
Okay. Here you go. This is like an endurance reading, by the way.
It's not that. It's just one fucking slide, but
Yeah, no.
anyway, it's fine. Okay, straight male desire. Okay, I'm just going to read it. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. Although, you feel free to
Do you want me to
interject.
leave the room?
Might help. It's not that much. It's not that much, I promise. And this is the biggest slide. But look at the last fucking line, mate.
A lot of the cop, the
Yes.
dad.
See?
Can I read that line out?
When we get there.
All right, sorry.
So,
Tap me on the shoulder.
I'll tap you when I get there, because you're not going to fucking read along, are you?
I am.
No, it's fine. You don't have
Okay.
to. You don't have to.
Let's do it together.
Straight male desire. This is what I'm talking about. We've already fucking basically talked about it. So, in the last few
episodes,
we are
focused
on
the
queer
queer
and
and straight women's desire. I'm going to just like a little bit of a lag, so there's
It'll help everyone. Yeah. Straight male
desire
was the axiom of our critique.
The
thing to be avoided, managed, rejected,
etc.
In this episode, I want to address it straight on. And to be clear, I'm not doing it as a counter reading. I'm not looking for some latent radicality in straight male desire. So while like I tried to find something interesting about Sabrina Carpenter, I am, to be explicit here, I am not doing the same thing with straight male desire. I'm not trying to repair or find anything interesting. I am just going to attack it.
But also, and I can see this is what made me kind of like go, like, you know, when you're talking about something that you feel like it's a topic. We were also talking about Sabrina Carpenter. I feel like we should be talking about one single straight male.
I mean, so the subject, I mean, talking about one single straight male, the subject for me.
Like the identity of the person, the one person.
Is the person that like,
is the cultural.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like the case study was, for me, all the men that I saw on the webcam chat.
Yeah.
Like that's the person.
Yeah.
And even though it was thousands of people, I ended up thinking of it as the one person.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like I think we can.
Is it Mogwai?
Yeah.
Is the Sabrina Carpenter is the Mogwai, the Sabrina Carpenter,
the mirror image.
Yeah.
The straight couple.
Yeah.
The king and queen of prom.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mogwai marries Sabrina Carpenter.
Did you see Sabrina Carpenter's outfit for the netball.
No, I don't even know what Sabrina Carpenter looks like still.
Like literally on the cover of the fucking episode.
I know I saw 3 videos, but that's what I mean. Like my memory just it's just noise to me. Like, sorry, Sabrina. I did try to tag her and reach out to Sabrina and Rowan.
Yeah.
But I got this message saying that, they don't read messages. Right. So there's going to be another way. We'll find it. Like the ripple has been out there.
It's in the universe.
Yeah, you cast the stone into the ocean, and then we'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll find it. They'll listen to our podcast talking about men now, and they'll get it. Why we were criticizing?
Yeah,
not criticizing, critiquing
them.
The generic aesthetic.
Yeah,
yeah.
Maybe it'll make them make really good art.
Yeah,
like Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
So. My attempt in the last couple of episodes to think about masculinity as something that could be lifted from men is, of course, impossible, and also utopic, right? Even if it is the desire, it's important structurally to note that is not possible, and therefore I'm going to critique masculinity because it is inseparable for men. As such, it's also really important to say that my discussions around masculinity are not anywhere adjacent to discussions and a panic around a fucking crisis of masculinity, which it seems to be so fucking ever present, and particularly now. I'm not at all concerned about masculinity in that sense, nor am I interested in its protection or preservation. Masculinity, to be clear, is the problem, and to think of it as having the potential of being liberated is probably foolish. Even if it's a thought experiment. Yeah,
it's weird when people try to protect it, right? People are attacking men.
Yeah.
People are attacking bleached men.
Yeah.
These poor bleached men. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might be attacking I'm a fucking bleached man.
Yeah.
I fucking attacking other bleached men. Fuck them. Do you know what I mean? Stop it with your fucking empathy
and
for
also,
fucking bleached men, fucking wokeness, you fucking dickheads. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hang out with more humanitarians out there. For fuck's sakes.
Also, what is
fucking dickheads? Sorry.
What is not more masculine than attacking?
Yeah.
Surely attacking masculinity is the most masculine thing you could fucking do.
Yeah, and that's the only reason I do it. I just want to touch some ass.
I love how that repression comes flowing out. Anyway, so this, I did do a little bit of research into this because I knew you fucking wouldn't, because you didn't even know what we were talking about. But the term crisis of masculinity.
My whole life is this research, dude. This is
get out of jail.
Yeah, I know. Fucking, I know. Sorry, improvisation
was first mentioned in the mid-19th century. So we've had almost 200 years of the so-called crisis of masculinity, right? Firstly, obviously, it hasn't fucking killed masculinity. It's still around. But obviously, and it wouldn't take much fucking thinking to work out why it occurs in the 19th century, because that's really where this form of masculinity is birthed and born, right? It doesn't really exist in the way that we talk about masculinity now without thinking about it outside of colonial and capitalist logics. And therefore every crisis, so-called crisis against it, corresponds usually to shifts in economic and social and political power, right? So in other words, whenever women enter the workforce, there's a crisis in masculinity, or whenever industrial centers move away, there's a crisis in masculinity, right? Mm-hmm. Or whenever there's a seeming increase in public visibility of trans and queer people, there's a crisis in masculinity, right? It always gets translated into this kind of crisis against the bleached male. It is, again, fucking obvious, but any actual empirical analysis of any one of these points in crisis prove again and again that the only way it could possibly be conceived as a crisis is that it compares men with men, not with anyone else. And even then, that's incorrect, because male power has been, and patriarchal power has been, increasing and not decreasing. So there's no fucking crisis anywhere. Also, of course, that the crisis of masculinity as a crisis of men is actually structurally part of trying to hold men together as a homogenized category. Right? The crisis is the thing that is trying to solidify, that helps solidify men. And I think that's something that we need to recognize as well, is that it is something that actually, the notion of the crisis binds men together. So it is actually just of the straightforward violence of the dominance of men itself. If we actually were, and which is not to say that crises don't exist. Of course, we're living in a time of crisis. But if all you have to do to find crisis is, instead of doing a fucking gendered binary analysis of a crisis, i.e. the crisis of men or the crisis of women, of which obviously there is a crisis in women. But if you do an analysis on class or race, then of course you will see a real crisis.
Yeah.
And therefore, like, the statistics that are used in men, it's really interesting because there was some kind of research done on this. The reason why, like, some of the statistics look a certain way is because they include black men. And of course, if you just look at black men and white men, there's no crisis in white men. There's a massive fucking crisis in black men, but it's a crisis of race. Right?
Yeah.
It's not a crisis of masculinity. So, you know, like, that's fucking obvious. But anyway, the other way that I like to think about, like, why there's the problem of masculinity, or what the problem of masculinity is that it is defined and continued to be defined around notions of protection, dominance, power, and ownership, which all you have to do is simply ask, who is this protection, dominance, and power over? Because if you're saying that masculinity and men are these same things, and that is expressed through the notion of protection, dominance, and power, then it is over anyone who isn't a man, which is why men feel attacked if it is ever brought against them. So therefore, the masculinity cannot be separated from a notion of power over or dominance over someone else that is not man and not a bleached man. So these aren't abstract properties. Like, masculinity cannot be thought of as an abstract kind of thing in this sense. So this version of masculinity is nothing less than the assertion of white male superiority over literally everything else, and that this suprematism that seems unable to be separated from the masculine is revealed in the absolute gender difference between protection and care. Right? They should be the same thing. Like, protection and care are similar, and yet they are fundamentally opposite of one another.
Yeah.
They are gendered in an absolute sense. And also, one is associated with violence. Protection is associated with violence, and care is associated with care.
I know. It's like this reversal of words, right? Like defense now. It's not attack, it's defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we haven't a defense force. No, we've got a fucking attack force, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So what? No, we're defending the poor people.
Yeah.
The people that are less masculine.
Yeah.
The women.
Yeah.
The queer folk. You know, we live in a democratic society where everyone has a voice, Tim.
Yeah.
Every single
and we need
person.
to protect them. So
we
they
need
can
to
have that
protect them
voice,
with our masculinity.
Yeah.
Our defensive masculinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Oh, I didn't even say. I said that in a nice voice.
Yeah, no.
Our defensive masculinity.
Of the cop,
Yeah.
of the dad, of the politician,
Yeah.
of the soldier that all protects. Whereas the nurse, the mum, the social worker cares. It's fucking obvious, right?
Yeah.
I don't need to say it, but I think it is like, it's still fundamental to masculinity and male and straightness that these things are like inseparable from. We saw it in the election in the victory and concession speech, which I always hate, which is like common to every Western democracy, which at those speeches you have to bring your family up.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are we enshrining this idea, which is the Margaret Thatcher idea that it's only individuals, which is the politician and the family, right? But they come together in that moment of that speech. And what is affirmed at that moment is the Lee Edelman argument about reproductive futurity, that politics always exists to protect the family. That's the only reason it exists. So you must show the object of protection that occurs through the politician, which is why they're brought up onto the stage. Even in its failure, because I think for both parties, right, there's like, Dutton has been divorced. I think, again, I fucking know. Anyway, like, it's not like not all these kids were there. Similarly with Albo, right? Like, it's a fiction of the family togetherness being projected. But the thing that you always notice, two things. One is that the politician will always say, "I could not have done this without the love and support of my family." Right? It's like, love and support is unwaged labor.
Yeah.
That's what that is. And so you're affirming in your speech that me, as the waged fucking patriarch, can only do this position through love and support, which I'm saying is like this positive thing that my family gives me. No, it's unpaid labor that you are affirming as the only way to be political. That this is how our system replicates itself, is off the back of this labor, which is not protection, because if it was protection and it was the cop, then, or me, I protect you as a politician, I have to get paid for that. But if my wife or my kids provide me support and care and love, then I don't have to pay for that. So that. And then the other thing is that any time that a politician doesn't win in a seat, what do they always say? I'm just really happy now because it means that I get to see my family more. It's like, right, so now that you're fucking unemployed, that's the only time that means that you do that unwaged labor? Like, off.
And as someone asked your partner, whoever that is, they're happy that you lost?
Yeah.
It's like the voiceless, right?
Yeah.
This voiceless presence.
Just fucking there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I find it so fucking offensive. Anyway, whatever.
No, whatever. I like that. I love the passion that came out of you. This is what I'm trying to do. Like, bring that out of you more.
You do make me angry a lot of the time.
That's good. Yeah. I like, because it means you care. How did you feel about talking about from the heteronormative that we were just describing, right? Because we fit into that kind of label, that kink, whatever it is. How do you feel about like two men talking about heteronormative women? For me, when I talk about these blind spots, I feel like it's because it's and it might be the same for you, so I'm not talking about it for you, but for me, it's because it's a lived experience, right? And, you know, today's topic is going to be a good one because that lived experience comes from colonial violence, right? If I'm talking about a straight white woman, I get it from my sister. I see it from just living in the world, being aware of my privilege, right? Like, just to be aware of your privilege is so fucking hard. But also my not so much privilege. Like, I go, wow, I'm a white European male, or I'm Mediterranean, that I look more like a brown body to these white European males, right? Why do I look like a brown body to them? Why is there racism towards my body? And not only that, why is my sexuality questioned by white men? Why are you questioning my sexuality? As soon as I say I'm Greek to someone, I'm Pontian, by the way, but as soon as I say Greek because people don't know what the fuck Pontian is, right? They will always, like, I'm talking about in this scenario, not in every meeting, right? I've always had, oh, you're Greek, a gay joke, like, oh, you like it backwards, or like, you know, doggy style or Greek style or this or that, you know? And I'm curious to that. So I feel like I have this weird permission where not punching, but questioning and revealing. Like that reveal. It's almost like my friend was talking about this artist that has like antennas on a bit of concrete. Do you know that artwork? No. Sadie was talking about it, and she was saying it's like this piece of concrete, this industrial capitalist, you know, material with antennas, and the antennas like are just drawing in an aesthetic to it, and we're just drawing in this junk, this we're picking up this stuff. I feel like I'm those antennas. Like yesterday, why did this guy just feel like he could swear at me for? You've been around me where you've seen you've seen that. And it's like, if that happens to me and I'm the closest fit to this structure, imagine being Aboriginal. That's what I go. Imagine being a queer Aboriginal woman, or imagine just being an Aboriginal man, or imagine being an Aboriginal youth today. Like, what the fuck are they experiencing? If I'm experiencing this much, people don't want to move their shoulder past when I'm walking down the street. All men experience that, right?
Yeah.
But like some men experience it differently. Like, you know, I know because I'm walking with my friends and they're like, that dude just moved out of the way. You know, for me, I'll just get like at least 3 or 4 times a day, a shoulder rub or a budge or an elbow. You know, what the fuck does that happen to me for?
Yeah.
Is there a victim in that? And where does that victim come from? Does that victim come from me? Or does that victim come from me calling it out so many times? It's a weird place to live. Not so much now. When you're younger, you're a sponge to that shit. Now, just a grey-haired dude that's fit into the normative. So that's what I'm interested in, your radicalness. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you experience the world like that?
We all have had the experience of like walking down the street and then feeling the friction of someone refusing to move or moving, right?
Yeah.
Walking through the street for me is usually like, if there is another white dude walking towards me, it is this kind of mutual kind of separation, right? There's no friction that involves that. But literally walking in here, I don't know if you noticed it, but there was that dude with the dog.
Yeah.
He shoulder bumped me. And I was like,
Yeah.
That usually does not happen.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a fucking skirt.
Yeah.
And you just refuse to get out of the way. Like you refuse to move.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a refusal of recognition of whatever identity he thought I had at that moment. But I'd almost guarantee if I was not in a skirt, we would have parted and given each other enough space. So yeah, like there is lived experience here, which is not to flatten or equate it to like, as you said, like imagine what it's like to be a queer Aboriginal woman. They're different categories, but we do all have lived experience of these structures because we're in them. Like as I said, like I feel it as privilege mostly, but also like we feel the friction. We feel those moments where it's simple little playing, like you said, like whether or not you get recognized as brown, right?
Yeah.
As like that happens at various levels and extents every day. Like it's that's a real thing because these are fucking oppressive, violent structures that we live in. And straightness is one of those violent structures. Even if we identify with it because we don't really know what else to use. And maybe there is still some like within it, some resistance and beauty and desire you find in it. Kind of like when I lecture as the white dude lecturing, I can still find desire and pleasure and critique within it. But that still doesn't stop me from critiquing white academics, right, as a structure, or white desire as a structure. Obviously, the subject matter of most of the things that we talk about are inflected, read through, dragged through queer theory, decolonial theory, feminist theory, like all of which we don't claim a positionality within. We don't feel like we fit into a certain heteronormative male group. Even though if you walk past us, well, not today, but if you walk past me on the street, most of the time you'd probably think that. And that we've obviously like gone through the world largely with that as the assumption towards us. And so our like collective together lived experience is often not from the theoretical artistic references that we draw on to interpret and understand the world and ourselves. Part of the interesting thing that I find in this is our misreading rather than reading. The blind spot that we have, like the things that we miss that should be really obvious and apparent. I like the listener, and I like me as a listener. I'm kind of thinking selfishly, but here, listening back on us and going like, oh, fuck, like we spent an hour talking about this and missed that. Like, how did we not see that? How did we not think about that thing? So I'm interested in the way we get it wrong. Also, thinking about the podcast form. If you think about this in artwork, but then, okay, let's think about it in podcast form. Like the podcast form as a constitutive, like new media form seems to be so incredibly gendered, right? And if you looked at like the breakdowns of like fucking Joe Rogan audience, it's all men, like 98, 99% men, right? And similarly on the other side, you've got like Goop and like these like all women audiences. It seems to be such a gendered medium where if you have like two dudes talking, and obviously there are other really interesting examples of people who do have that take that third option of have diverse kind of voices together, try and kind of bridge that gap. And obviously that's one potential here. But what I'm interested in is what happens when like two of us with our voices that you're listening to start talking in a way that like you are expecting the Joe Rogan like sexist fucking interpretation of straight women's desire. Not to say that there weren't things that we have said that were like sexist, right? Or like had blind spots in them that we could have talked out more. If we assume that there is at least our attempt to be critical, right? Then what does it mean for the straight white man to talk about that critique? So the aesthetic of that like disobedient mirror where you expect coming into this, because you know not only within podcasts, but you know what it means when two men start to talk, right? Other men, like two men go for a drink and then more men come in, right? It is that aggression, right? That's what we expect to hear, and that's how we're going to read it. And that's not to say that there isn't aggression in what we're saying, because we're also part of that culture. But I'm interested in what's the disobedience? What is the like anger that an audience member might feel towards us. And like, I'm interested in literally I'm hearing what that is, and hearing like what was wrong, but also like the disobedience in the things that we say that don't align to this like gendered idea of like what talking about these things are. There's, in other words, like I want to be able to talk about decolonization.
Yeah.
I'm a white settler with property, but I still want to be talking about decolonial theory, right? I want to be talking about queer theory, despite the fact that I'm mostly kind of straight, right? I know that that's impossible and a problem, but I don't want to not talk about that. Otherwise, we would have a sports fucking podcast.
Mel and Tim's non-stop sporting action.